All right, guys, we're just going to talk a little bit in today's vlog, and then we're going to go check out the farm. So we're going to talk about some differences, America versus the Philippines. One of the big differences here, and most impactful as far as I'm concerned, that in America, foreign nationals can own land, they can own businesses, they can own residential real estate. Definitely, it's got to be contributing to the runaway cost of single-family homes. Here in the Philippines,
it's different. Here is Filipino only can own land and houses.
Maybe condos, right? A foreigner can own like half a condo. But you ain't going to come here to the Philippines and buy all the farmland. Number one, they got a limit on how much farmland you can buy. And number two, you're only going to be allowed to do that if you're a Philippine citizen. Yeah. So in America, some of our states actually let foreign countries, foreign corporations come in and buy farmland, buy grain bins, buy meat packing houses, and I think it's to our detriment. And I think for people that think the Philippines are backwards, think again. The Philippines, I think, is ahead of America on this, at least on this one.
And that's what I like in Philippines too.
So another thing is, in the Philippines, Filipinos tend to, and I've heard this in the past, people very negatively say, like Philippine P, for instance, that Filipinos consider their kids to be their retirement, and I think a lot of parents here in the Philippines can be overbearing and put a huge burden on their kids. But in the West, our Social Security lockbox, well, there is no lockbox. We have unfunded mandates now, unfunded social programs, and something like, I think it's $38 trillion in debt. And here in the Philippines, people have,
a lot of kids.
Tata have 8 kids.
Here in Philippines, much more kids. You are successful if you have a lot of kids.
So maybe no 401k, but you can live on your mountain.
Yeah.
And you can stay there, like Lola at 84 years old. You can still stay up there on your mountain, and your family is still you're gonna be surrounded by your family, and they're gonna look after you pretty well. In America, your family move another state, they move a long ways off, and if the system collapses, you're up a creek without a paddle. From number one, maybe you only had 1 or 2 kids, and number two, they might not be real happy with you because of the way things be going in America right now. The younger generation can't afford to buy homes. Well, for obvious reasons, we just covered that. The meat prices are out of control, and that we're overregulated. So,
if you notice in here in Philippines, guys, much more kids getting very successful in life if you compare to only have 2 kids like that. And every time you go to the mountainous area where there's a lot of kids, you can see they have big houses there.
Big houses, everybody's happy. They got like their own world up there.
They have own gasoline station, right there, businesses.
So, in America, there's 2 points where the Philippines is winning versus America. Another point, in America, God, the concept of God has been pretty much driven from the public square. A public school teacher can't get up in front of the chalkboard in the morning and say a prayer. It's forbidden. Is that allowed here?
Here in Philippines, because I was a practice teacher also, guys, and in our lesson plan, the first thing we need to do is to pray.
So the first thing you do in the morning is pray. And Philippines has you've got many denominations here, Christian denominations. It's a predominantly Catholic country, but there's many Christian denominations. There's Muslims. There's probably, I imagine there's quite a few Buddhists. And is that causing a problem in the school?
No.
Okay.
Because of that, children feel that not only learning, but we're learning the ethics in school, so words of God.
So you're learning ethics from a Christian-based
if you compare to
system.
Yeah. For example,
moral framework.
Yeah, that's why I like Philippines, is you cannot compare the attitude of Filipinos compared to others or other neighboring countries, because we are more Christian here, and we are teaching it to children the word of God, not only
It's really a throwback to America before the Supreme Court got infiltrated, and they took the public declarations of prayer out of the school from the school officials. Students can still have a meeting in study hall or at the football field if it's if it's not sponsored by the administration of
You
the
know-
school, which is because the students are supposed to look up to their teachers. As far as I'm concerned, if the teacher's not allowed to lead a prayer, what are we teaching our students? We're teaching them that the state is first, and I don't think that's correct.
You know what's in front of the classroom? It's image of God, guys, and then together at the back is the presidents, vice presidents, and the officials at the back.
So
Front is God.
in America, more and more, open recreational drug use is being tolerated more and more, and even legalized by some of the states, even though it's still illegal by the federal government. And it's one thing, I can see the moral argument for, older people, disabled people, people that have legit problems being able to get things to deal with their pain management. But what I'm seeing back in America is that a lot of younger people are abusing it for recreational purposes, and it's having a deleterious effect on our human capital, our human resources in America. It's one of the reasons it's got to be affecting our GDP negatively, and it's definitely affecting our culture in a negative way. And since I've come to the Philippines, I haven't seen anybody using any illicit drugs, at least not openly, not to the point where I'm seeing it. In America, you can see that. You can see people doing that in the parking lot on lunch break, for God's sake.
Big no here in Philippines.
Big no.
If they caught you, oh my God.
Yeah, it's going to
You
be
will suffer
yeah.
imprisonment like...
Yeah, they don't just write you a ticket and let you go here. You're getting stuffed and cuffed, and you're going to be someplace not nice for a long time. So, what it does is it protects the children from that permissive environment, and it protects it helps protect your human capital because people aren't damaging themselves. In America, another difference. The schools are like, in most areas that I've seen, maybe not everywhere, are like virtually like prisons. And I think it's conditioning the children in a bad way to accept authoritarianism, to accept, a police state. Because in America, you have to go in through metal detectors. You have multiple police in each school if it has any size. And basically, the children are being treated like prisoners. How about here in the Philippines?
It's not like that.
You have metal detectors and police at the school doors?
It's much peaceful here, guys, because the teacher already give rules to the student what they need to learn or what is prohibited.
So in America, even with the DARE program and all the money they've spent on educating the children against doing the illegal things, they're still doing it. Here in the Philippines, I don't think they have any of that.
Only it's not allowed before is using when you are not wearing uniform. I think you cannot go inside.
That's another thing. You've got a uniform. You've got uniform rules.
That's why,
the students have to wear a uniform, which is good.
Yeah, always wearing uniform here in Philippines, guys.
So we maintain decor and yeah. That's a good way to do it. Instead of having a metal detector
From elementary
and a police, you have a
college,
uniform.
Guys, I'm always wearing uniform, and I can save also buying clothes.
Yeah, yes, it keeps the students from having.
And it's equal also, even the student is rich or not.
Everybody looks the same.
The
so
same. Yeah.
Kids can be pretty superficial. Okay, and in the Philippines, your elders and your children, even the unborn, are very much valued here. And in the U.S., I think, in the modern times, I think we don't value our old and our young to the same degree we used to. So that's another place where I think the Philippines comes out on top for the very young and the very old.
That's the reason why Filipinos got a lot of kids, because when they get old, those kids are the one who will take care of you.
Yeah, we covered that one, the retirement boondoggle we got going on in America.
Not the government here, guys, not the government.
In America, we use traffic enforcement is often used by local municipalities and states to gain revenue. If you've got a tail light out, if you've got there's a number of things. If you're speeding, and almost everybody speeds because everybody goes a good 10 miles an hour over the limit. If you're doing 20, you might get stuffed and cuffed, and you end up feeding that legal industrial complex. Here in the Philippines, if you're going too fast, you're probably going to hit a wall or guard railing, and that is your incentive not to go very fast. So we don't have the almost nothing for traffic cops here yet, guys. I don't see anything. if you speed, the only thing stopping you is the Darwinian natural effect of what happens. You know, if you take yourself out of the gene pool, we don't need a traffic cop, right? You hit that railing or go off a cliff. So same thing with the. Some people are talk about the fish in the rivers. We don't have any fish cops here, and out in the ocean that can be a problem. They're depleting the fishery, but there's no park rangers here, no fish cops. It's pretty much wide open. In America, we are employing a lot of people at our national parks. And we are employing even fish and game often in the States to check people on their own private land, in their own freaking ponds, which is kind of wild. That would be a very foreign concept here.
We have more freedom here.
Sure seems like it. Another thing, and this is bound to upset a few people. Our USDA inspections, the whole USDA. To me, after living here in the Philippines, I think it's a complete farce, because what it does is it puts all the power at the meat packers, because you got to pay. The company has to pay for the meat inspections, and the consumer therefore has to pay. So we end up with a consolidation in beef, in pork, in chicken, where we have maybe 5 companies processing all of our meats. Here in the Philippines, the farmers and the local entrepreneurs are selling the meat direct to the consumer.
Yeah.
And we buy meats off the side of the road all the time. No refrigeration. Yeah. It's hanging there fresh from that morning when you get it. And there ain't no refrigeration. Maybe they got a fan going to keep the flies off. I've been doing that now since I got here. Almost going on 2 years now.
Did you get sick?
I never got sick. So it means as usual in America, we're throwing our money down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And in order to maintain a big monopoly. So yeah, Packers and Stockyards Act, antitrust is much needed.
Complicated.
That's right. In the Philippines, they're slinging that meat right off the sides of the roads here, guys. And it's awesome. That's what real freedom looks like in my estimation. We don't need a nanny state. It's too expensive, quite frankly. That's where everybody's retirement went. Anyway,
I think
all right. So let's get on to our next vlog. God bless everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope I didn't ruffle too many feathers, but we're just talking frankly here.